What's happening, chums, and welcome back to a game with Chums, where today we're having a look at Control Ultimate Edition on the Series X because the new gen updates just dropped a few days ago, and there's a couple of different profiles in the game. Unfortunately, my Elgato tops out at 1080p 30 FPS, so we can't look at the 60 FPS mode because it just won't show up in the video. It'll just be limited to 30, so we're going to have a look at the ray tracing mode, which I've already set it to, and see how shiny it looks. Digital Foundry have done their thing. Apparently both modes 1440p, graphics mode 30 FPS.
This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped.
And I'll try not to speak over Jesse.
You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello? Anyone here?
So this is really weird because if you've been watching our channel, you'll know I'm in the middle of a Quantum Break Let's Play, and obviously the actress that plays Jessie in this also plays Beth in that. And I literally just recorded a couple of Quantum Break videos before recording this one, so I've gone straight from one game she's in to another game she's in, which is kind of strange. But anyway, look, the tracing of rays. Include the items from the camera. If that was screen space, they'd disappear, but they're still there, being reflected. Isn't it lovely? This isn't the first game I've played with ray tracing in it. I played a little bit of Watch Dogs Legion at launch, although the video I recorded for that came out really poorly because of the HDR settings. So I kind of have been meaning to redo that. But yeah, I built a new PC sort of October 2019, I think, with a RTX 2070 Super in it. So I've had ray tracing hardware for like over a year at this point, but I've barely actually looked at any ray tracing stuff. I looked at that Crytek tech demo thing they put out. I had a very brief look at Quake 2 RTX. Other than that, I haven't really paid much attention to ray tracing stuff. Which would make you think, why the hell did you buy an RTX card? because I'm a fool. But no, this is Control with RT, well not RTX, DXR I guess it is, DirectX Ray Tracing I think, because obviously new consoles use AMD not Nvidia, so they can't do RTX. But it looks pretty decent. I've never actually seen this on PC. Apparently the RT in this on PC is incredibly impressive. But I bought the game at launch on console and I played the whole game on One X and I loved it. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Another game, much like Quantum Break, if you're watching our Let's Play that has a lot of collectibles and stuff.
I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Oh look, it's Alan Wake. Ray traced toilet, way. Fortunately no mirrors in here where we can get a reflected Jessie. There are quite a lot of reflective materials in this. It's very sort of like lacquered wood and shiny concrete and stuff all over the place.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
That's so weird because you're so used to, I mean this game used it as well, but like you're so used to screen space reflections that act really strangely around the character model, because obviously when the character's occluding stuff you can't then reflect, so not seeing any weird artifacting around the character in these reflections is quite something. The frame rate seems perfectly steady at 30 FPS as well, which I'm not going to lie, I prefer it to be 60. And when I do a replay of this, I'll probably play it on this 60 FPS mode and then just switch every now and then, because you can, if I go into the options, you can switch at any time. So I think I might play it mostly at 60 and then like when for just walking around and stuff like this, 30 is fine. But combat 60 would be a lot more fun. More documents. So the annoying thing about this is, as I say, I've got the base game on Xbox. I deleted it off my hard drive after I finished it just to free up space for other stuff. And I still have that external hard drive hooked up to my Series X for back-combat games and stuff. But I installed this straight off the Ultimate Edition disc, and it seems to have installed the base game as its own game and the Ultimate Edition as its own game, which is really annoying. So when I actually started this game up to record this video, an achievement popped immediately, which is a bit strange, I'm not sure why. And it asked me if I wanted to continue, and I was like, what the hell? So yeah, I've got both versions installed on my Series X, which is really annoying because, you know, you want to keep that internal SSD space for Series X native games. I don't know, kind of don't want to delete one and end up screwing up the Ultimate Edition or something. There's some reflections even in that photograph on the wall. Can't really see Jessie in it. She is there just about. Let's go say hi to Artie.
Excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, Leader, you are no helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No
Hey,
face.
are you listening to my thoughts?
I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Oh, he's so much more than that. If you haven't played this game, you absolutely should. It's brilliant. I remember a lot of people saying just before it came out, oh, it doesn't matter that Quantum Break will never get a sequel because this is basically a sequel in all but name, completely missing the point that I actually want a continuation of that story. Please and thank you. But I mean, this game was made for, I think, like a relatively small budget considering the amount of money they will have spent on Alan Wake and Quantum Break, especially Quantum Break with all the cutting edge craziness and the TV show and everything they did in that. So I would love it if Microsoft would just throw them about the amount of money they spent making this to make a Quantum Break sequel of about this scope. As it is, I don't think I'm ever going to get a sequel to it, and that makes me sad. Alan Wake probably has a decent chance these days, at least. But yes, if you haven't played this,
And
you have a PS5 or Series X,
I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster.
now is
They
a good
told
time.
me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
I love how they just throw
Did I
loads
lose
of
you
bold
there for a
text up on
moment?
the screen. This
You
game.
know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
So I said I played this game, and I have completed it. But I haven't played any of the DLC, which is also included in this Ultimate Edition, so when I decide to do a replay of this, it'll be an all DLC replay as well. And I know there's one of the DLCs that is very Alan Wake adjacent, which I'm quite interested in, being a big fan of that game. But I might wait on it for a little while, because I'm going to be finishing up Quantum Break probably within this next month. As much as I love Remedy games, and I do, I want a bit of a break between them before I start this up. I will do a full replay and all DLC and everything. Oh, hello, some hitching there. Well, that sounded like a gunshot.
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
Is it really a murder weapon if he shot himself?
Something's outside. Was coming here a mistake?
Maybe. We shouldn't stand on him like that. It seems rude.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
More shiny surfaces for which to enjoy ray tracing. It's a lot of shiny surfaces in this game, so it makes sense for a ray tracing update. Apparently in the PC version you can like see everything reflected in Jesse's eyes. Can't imagine they will have gone that far with the console version due to sort of relative power. Have it!
The same gun.
Pretty interesting set of weapons in this game in that it's all one weapon but with different modes. So it kind of morphs to change into different weapons. Well, I'm a horrible shot. If anyone's been watching our Quantum Break Let's Play, you'll see me being terrible at aiming in that as well. I think there's just no aim assist in these games. Oh, look at that, been here 5 minutes and I've already made director.
This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Make a mess. Have that. This game is all about turning things into particles and making a mess. That's a bit different since I walked in.
You can't let this happen. can't let this happen. You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen.
They do love overlaying
You can't let this happen.
actual video over gameplay and everything in their games. Remedy.
You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror.
Obviously, Quantum Break has the whole TV show thing going on, which a lot of people apparently didn't like. I quite enjoyed it. They tried to do something a bit different. And this one doesn't have that, but there's plenty of like actual filmed pieces, like the guy that played hey look, I'm on the walls now and everything. That's some reflection action. Check that out. Check out them rays. Yeah, this has a lot of like filmed stuff overlaid on the top as well, like the guy that played Alan Wake playing Dr. Casper Darling. There's loads of stuff like that where he's just sort of overlaid over the top. Like videos playing on screens and stuff that are actually real video filmed in the real world. I've got to say, the ray tracing is very nice. The reflections are great.
The hotline. Secure line of
Can we see
communication.
Jesse's eyes?
Guidance.
I don't think they go that far in the console game.
Reach the hotline.
Don't think they'd have the horsepower to
Hotline.
give her ray traced eyeballs. Making a right mess. Getting the odd stutter here and there, which is a bit weird. Do without that. I think Digital Foundry did say in their video that the 1S, not 1S, God, I've done it, and I was saying people would be stupid to get them confused. Yeah, I think DF said 1S and the 1. Oh God, I've done it again. The Series S and the Series X occasionally have weird stutters. I think they've told Remedy about it, and they've maybe said they'll look into it. So hopefully that'll get fixed up by the time I actually do come to properly replay it. I like how all these desks and everything are actually made out of like individual pieces that you can smash about, rather than just being like one asset. It's pretty cool. Watch them crumble like that. It's pretty impressive, especially on last gen machines, which had very weak CPUs, but could actually still do all this debris flying around and everything. At least on the 1X where I played it anyway, the frame rate didn't really have an issue. I think on the base machines it was a bit of a mess. On the 1X when I played it, it was pretty fine. I'd definitely be checking out the 60 FPS mode at some point. Got some oil out of that guy. Yeah, the ray tracing really does. I mean, it was a really good looking game at launch anyway, even on last gen consoles. Came out what, end of 2019, I think, so when those machines were actually kind of getting on a bit. It was a very good looking game then, and it's still a very good looking game now with the addition of ray tracing.
conveyed me earlier. The hiss burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy.
That's what I mean about.
It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
I'm trying to talk here, Jesse. Come on. That's what I mean about like the big bold lettering. Like you enter a new area and it just goes up. Boom, Central Executive. It's really cool. Very stylish game. No reload button, you just empty your clip and wait for it to recharge. Can I hit that guy, please? Any more underlings? This game can be quite difficult at times as well, because if you look at bottom left, you can see my health. It's not recharging. You have to make enemies drop health, which is what these little blue things are. See, that's topping my health up a bit. So, I mean, it's not Dark Souls or anything, but you can't be reckless.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Control points, on the other hand, basically are Dark Souls.
What does that mean? Help me fix it.
Light bonfire, more or less.
Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Hello? Can you hear me?
Is there anybody in there?
Can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual.
Pink Floyd reference for you old people out there.
Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie?
I'm the director.
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting.
I should have lied.
Oh shit! You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Hi.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
that works? Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no
Thanks.
longer the director, obviously.
Yeah, he's
I'm
dead.
sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
It's a lot for you. I just walked in the door.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun.
Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
the service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not
I
ready
know.
to tell her about you yet.
A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily,
Don't get your hopes up.
I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of.
Yes. I can try.
I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
So I mentioned this during our Quantum Break Let's Play, one of the earlier videos, but it's a shame that, well, in a sense, it's a shame that Microsoft owned the Quantum Break IP, because while there's plenty of Alan Wake references in this, to the point where I assume, I mean, I haven't played the Alan Wake themed DLC yet, but I assume they basically take place in the same sort of universe, shared metaverse, whatever. And there are a fair few Alan Wake references also in Quantum Break, so you can assume they share some same metaverse. But because Microsoft owns Quantum Break and Remedy own Alan Wake and Control, there's no reference to Quantum Break in this, which is a shame. Because there are similarities. It's all very sort of like new, weird kind of stuff that Remedy takes part in. And I would love it if they could have like a shared universe for all of these games. Especially if it actually meant we could get a Quantum Break sequel at some point, because I really, really want that. Sorry, that's a no. She just melted, apparently.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Sorry, no.
Jesse, over here.
Didn't work.
I can't cleanse them.
Kind of melted someone.
It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench, the
dead
ghost,
guy.
or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier.
Guess we're gonna have to kill him then. Sorry, Tomasi.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
More ray tracing. It's everywhere.
Look, I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is
Only
just
stupid
outside the
answers.
deck in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
I'm on it.
Thanks.
Except no, I'm not, because that's where we're going to leave this video for now. Brief little look at ray tracing in Control on console. Which is very, very nice. I'm quite impressed with it. I mean, I'm sure it's not as mad as it looks maxed out on PC, and I might well grab a PC copy on the cheap when I can find one. DLSS it up to the eyeballs to see what you can do with it, but for a free console patch fairly early on, well, very early on in the new console lifespan, I'm pretty impressed. I think it's pretty nicely done. What do you think? Think it's a nice free update, or do you think it's a load of old pony? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!